Yo, what's up guys? It's King Sean here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'll be discussing 2024 free agent cornerbacks that the Commanders could potentially target this offseason. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the 3K subs. If you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with L'Jarius Sneed. I got him on my thumbnail, and L'Jarius Sneed, he's probably a top 3, top 2 free agent corner in this free agency class. I mean, he's a really solid corner. He has been for the Chiefs over his 4-year career so far. Let's read off his stats real quick. In 2020, he only played 9 games with the Chiefs, yet still put up really good stats. Had 41 tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 interceptions, along with 7 pass deflections. In 2021, he played in 15 games, 74 total tackles, 1 sack, 8 pass deflections, and 2 interceptions. In 2022, he took a massive leap, playing all 17 games, 98 tackles in total, 3.5 sacks, 11 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions. And then this past season, I feel like this past season, 2023 season, was probably his best season because he was absolutely locked down. I mean, the Chiefs didn't allow over 24 points to a single opponent besides the Packers, but didn't allow over 24 points to a single opponent all season long. That includes the postseason, which is very impressive, and L'Jarius Sneed contributed to that heavily. He played in 16 games, 70 tackles, no sacks, 14 pass deflections, and 2 interceptions. A really, really, really good year. He made the Pro Bowl, I'm pretty sure, this past year. Maybe he didn't. Not 100% sure, sorry. But, man, he's a very solid corner. The Chiefs got him in the 4th round of 2020. Hey, man, it don't matter where you get drafted as long as you're great. Hey, man, that's good. That is amazing scouting by the Chiefs there. Shout out Brett Veach and everybody else in the Chiefs front office because they got an absolute gem in L'Jarius Sneed. Now, how much will L'Jarius Sneed cost? Well, per Spotrac, this is their estimated market value. His estimated market value is at $16.3 million per year. I feel like he's going to get a little bit more than that. I feel like he's going to get somewhere between $16 to $20 million per year in free agency. If the Chiefs were trying to resign him, and the Chiefs are trying to resign him, I have a feeling they're going to put the franchise tag on him. I think the franchise tag will cost somewhere around $18 to $20 million. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong, but somewhere around that range. So that's a little pricey. So I feel like, I mean, that's not too pricey because L'Jarius Sneed, like I said, he's a top corner in the NFL. In my opinion, he's a very, very, very solid cornerback, and the Chiefs would love to bring him back. So I wouldn't be surprised if they place the franchise tag on him. They're probably going to place the franchise tag on him. I mean, many league sources have said that they probably are, but if he doesn't, if I were the Commanders, I'm definitely going after L'Jarius Sneed. $16 to $20 million per year. Oh yeah, that's a great. For a guy like L'Jarius Sneed, who was absolutely locked down this past season and years prior, definitely would want to have him on my team. So that is L'Jarius Sneed, and on to the next guy. All right, next up we have Jaylon Johnson, and Jaylon Johnson is another guy I would love a lot. He would fit perfectly in this Dan Quinn defense, in his scheme. He was drafted by the Bears in 2020 in the 2nd round. Hey man, that 2020 cornerback class, he was one of the top cornerbacks in that class, and he went 2nd round. I honestly thought he could go late 1st round, but he did go in the 2nd round, and the Bears kind of got a steal with him. I mean, in his rookie season, he only played 13 games, had 42 total tackles and 15 pass deflections, didn't have an interception. He got cooked here and there, but overall wasn't terrible, wasn't amazing, but wasn't terrible. But making the transition from college to the NFL as a cornerback, as a DB in general, is a bit tricky. So, you know, his rookie season wasn't amazing, but he was going to develop, and he kind of did in 2021. He played in 15 games, had 42 tackles, the same amount as the previous year, 9 pass deflections, and had an interception. In 2022, played in 11 games, only 11 games due to injury, 32 tackles, had 7 pass deflections, and then this past season, 2023 season, he took a major leap forward, playing 14 games, had 33 total tackles, 10 pass deflections, and 4 interceptions, man. Jaylon Johnson, he looked locked down like L'Jarius Sneed this past season, and with L'Jarius Sneed, he's kind of been good, throughout his entire career with the Chiefs. Whereas to Jaylon Johnson, he kind of developed every single year of his career. In his rookie season, started off a bit slow in his 2nd season, his sophomore season, did a bit better. 3rd season, he was cool in his third season, but he was injured a bit, so he only played 11 games. And then this past season, he took a major step forward. Now, per Spot Track, his market value is $15.7 million a year. I think he's gonna get more than that. I think he's gonna get like $15 to $20 million a year, maybe $16 to $20 million a year. Kind of the same price range as L'Jarius Sneed. I think both guys have similar price ranges, and I think both guys would fit in Dan Quinn's defense. We would be able to afford them both. Now, he is a franchise tag candidate for the Bears. I don't 100% know if they're going to do. I think they're going to try and work out a long-term deal with them because they did extend Montez Sweat. They traded for him, obviously, midway through the season and extended him. They gave him like $80 million a year, like $20-some million per year, which whole lot, but he deserved it. But they already paid him. I know they released Eddie Jackson and Cody White here, so that is freeing up some cap space. They do have around $70 million in cap space, so they got the cap space. They got the cap space. Sorry, to resign Jalen Johnson. However, the question is, will they actually do it? I have a feeling that they are going to be able to do it, and he probably won't be becoming free agent. But if he does, we got to target either him or L'Jarius Sneed. I want us to make a huge splash this free agency, and I feel like one of those two guys would be a huge splash. So that's Jalen Johnson. Now on to the next guy. All right, so the next guy I have on this list is Stephon Gilmore. And Stephon Gilmore is an interesting guy because obviously he did play with the Cowboys this past season. He's going to be a free agent this offseason. He already has that experience under Dan Quinn's scheme. Now, the only problem with Stephon Gilmore is he's 33 years old. He's about to be 34 years old when the season starts. He's a little bit up there in age, but I could see them signing him in this situation, all right? This scenario, say we miss out on Jalen Johnson or L'Jarius Sneed, or we can't bring Kendall Fuller back and he goes elsewhere, and it just all the other like top cornerbacks are just gone. We could decide to bring in Stephon Gilmore on like a 1 or 2 year deal. Maybe not worth the veteran minimum, not the veteran minimum, but still a pretty good payday for Stephon Gilmore, but maybe like $8 to $10 million per year, something like that. His market value per Spot Track is $11.1 million per year. I think I'll only give Stephon Gilmore like $8 to $10 million per year because, like I said, he's going to be 34 years old once the season starts. And he was pretty good with the Cowboys this past season. I mean, he played all 17 games, had 64 tackles, had 13 pass deflections and 2 interceptions. He got cooked here and there, but, I mean, you expect that to happen. He's 33 years old. He's starting to slow down a little bit, regress a little bit, but he's still a pretty solid cornerback in this league. His best season in his career was 2019. Obviously, he won Defensive Player of the Year with the Patriots, played on all 16 games, 49 tackles, 20 pass deflections, 6 interceptions, and 2 pick sixes. So Stephon Gilmore, he's been a very, very, very elite corner throughout his entire career. So if we were to bring him in on like a 1 year deal, maybe 2 year deal, 2 year deals at the max, but a 1 year deal, and it's not too expensive, I personally wouldn't mind it. Now, I know a lot of Commanders fans wouldn't. They just want to go the younger route. Someone like Jalen Johnson or L'Jarius Sneed or Chidobe Awuzie, who's also a free agent. I'll be talking about him later. Or bring back Kendall Fuller. So, some Commanders fans might not opt to go Stephon Gilmore. But if we were to bring him in, like I said, on a 1 year deal, which is pretty relatively cheap, okay, like $8 to $10 million per year, maybe a little less, I wouldn't mind it. I personally wouldn't mind it at all because he already has that experience under Dan Quinn's defense and scheme. So that's Stephon Gilmore. Now on to the next guy. Next up, we had to save him for last, Kendall Fuller. K-Full, I would want to bring K-Full back if we miss out on one of the top guys like L'Jarius Sneed or Jalen Johnson. Kendall Fuller, throughout his 4 years with us, well, he was drafted here in 2016, obviously. Played with us in 2016, 2017. Got traded to the Chiefs in 2018. Played with the Chiefs in 2018, 2019. Then he signed back with us in 2020 on a 4-year, $40 million deal. And over the past 4 years, last 4 years, he's been really solid. I mean, in 2020, he had 4 interceptions. 2021, only had 1. But the defense in 2021 wasn't spectacular. 2022, he had 3 interceptions, including 2 pick sixes. And then this past season, he was pretty locked down. He was actually one of the only, lockdown corners, good secondary players, good players in general on our defense this past season because our defense was pretty abysmal this past season. So it was really only him and Cam Curl that were showing out. But he had a very good season this past season, and so and along with his other 3 seasons with us over the past 4 years. Kendall Fuller, his market value on SpotTrack, estimated market value is at $14.1 million per year. That's a bit pricey because we gave him a 4-year, $40 million deal when he re-signed with us back in 2020. So $14.1 million per year is a bit pricey in my opinion. I will probably give him somewhere around the same range we gave him when we re-signed with us, for $8 to $10 million per year, or maybe $8 to $12 million per year. Actually, no, I'd probably do $8 to $11 million per year. $11 million per year is probably my max I would give Kendall Fuller. Anything past that, he can walk, because Kendall Fuller, he's still a very solid player. I mean, he's only 29 years old, considering he was drafted in 2016. That's pretty insane in my opinion. So he's got a couple years left. Well, he's got many more years left in my opinion. He's got multiple years left. So if we were to resign him, I wouldn't mind it at all, because he was really good with us this past season. I know a lot of Commanders fans would actually like the moves. A lot of Commanders fans have been saying that, Commanders fans I've been seeing on social media and stuff, have been saying that we should re-sign Kendall Fuller because we might miss out on one of the top guys. So I wouldn't mind it at all. Some other guys I want to get to real quick before I end off this video. Adoree Jackson, he's kind of like Kendall Fuller, but I prefer Kendall Fuller. We got Kenny Moore, great slot corner, long-time slot corner for the Colts. He would be a great addition. I wouldn't mind if we sign him at all, but we already got a guy in Quan Martin who's going to be our nickel / slot corner most likely next year. Who else do we have here? Jeff Okudah. It really sucks that Jeff Okudah didn't work out, because I know a lot of people around the league, including me, had high hopes for him, and it just didn't work out with the Lions. He was okay with the Falcons this past season, but didn't do too much. Who else we got here? We got Chidobe Awuzie. I mentioned him earlier in the video. He signed with the Bengals, I think, back in 2021 on a 3-year deal. His time with the Bengals is coming to an end. He will be an okay signing as well. He was the Cowboys corner before the 2021 season. He was for the Bengals. He's 29 years old. I probably wouldn't sign him, but maybe to a cheap deal, I wouldn't mind it. And that is really it. I don't see any more guys I'm too interested in. All these guys are really role players or depth. So that is really it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the 3K subs. If you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.